Right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Diego May. Happy to be here participating in this three-part webinar series as we dive into Bitcoin DeFi on Stacks. Before we go into specific strategies with BitFlow, let me give you guys a quick introduction overview of what BitFlow is. We are the leading decentralized exchange on Stacks, the decentralized exchange for Bitcoiners. What does that mean? Is that users can trade, earn, and stack BTC with BitFlow Finance. We're also a DEX aggregator. We built these liquidity infrastructure, liquidity pools, so users can also participate by providing liquidity and earning. We also have native Bitcoin swaps, so you can go directly from Bitcoin to various SIP10, various Stacks tokens, rooms, and etc. Or app also offers automation that makes DeFi a little bit easier, such as dollar costing average or recurring buys. And or BitFlow SDK and API also powers many of the protocols in the ecosystem, which I'll go over. So the first thing is unlocking trading. So allowing users to come in and trade Bitcoin for stacks, Bitcoin for rooms, Bitcoin for stables, SBTC for USDC, stables for stacks, stacks for SIP10, and so forth. So the goal is just to allow liquidity to really flow, and I'll give users the possibility to trade at the lowest slippage, the lowest fees as possible, which is essential for any mature DeFi ecosystem. The other part is the DEX aggregator and the Bitcoin liquidity layer. So as a DEX aggregator, we go through over 100,000 aggregator routes across multiple other DEXs on the ecosystem, liquidity pools such as Arcadico as well, and we find you the best rate. So our swap allows users to come in and with just a couple clicks, find the best swap rate for their traded assets, right? So this helps drive the whole ecosystem and allows users to guarantee that they're getting the best rate while also generating fees and generating transactions for multiple protocols as we aggregate these routes that may not exist, right? So maybe if you're trying to go from one token A to token B, there may be not a direct pool. So we help doing that by multi-hopping through multiple pools and find you the best route to get to that token B, right? The other thing is our liquidity infrastructure is used by Stacking DAO, Ledger, Hermetica, Zest, Granite, and so forth. And that is key to also driving the transactions and driving the fees that we're going to go over today. But if you're swapping on Ledger, that swap is powered by the BitFlow SDK. Hermetica swaps on their app as well is powered by the BitFlow SDK. Stacking DAO, Zest also uses for liquidation, Granite, and so forth. We also power AI BTC. So if you're playing around with that with some AI automations, the BitFlow infrastructure is being used. So that is key to an ecosystem so that these protocols and these apps can focus on what they do best and leverage this deep liquidity and share across the ecosystem as we scale, right? This gives users an opportunity to earn real yield. So as you are providing liquidity in one of these pools, which we're going to be covering today, you're earning a trading fee. You're earning a percentage of the trading fee. So if somebody's swapping on Ledger or on Hermetica or on Xverse, or maybe there's liquidation happening within Zest or Granite, all of those fees are accumulating back to the liquidity provider, which is you. So we give opportunity for users to come in and participate in those pools. And also with BTC or any tokens you put in, you deposit BTC, you earn BTC. So you have the opportunity to earn what we call real yield. And that's some of the opportunities we're going to be going over today. And we've been in the market for about 2.5 years now. And we're very happy with the results. These are real users. We are the number one DEX on Stacks, almost $400 million of trading volume year to date. 400,000 transactions, 40,000 just in the last 30 days. We have over 73,000 community members across Zeely, Discord, and X. Over 30,000 unique users has connected and interacted with our protocol, and we're around the 10 million TVL. Okay. We are building the future of Bitcoin markets. We do believe that the future will be priced in Bitcoin, and that's what we're aiming for. So besides the stable swaps, the DEX aggregator, the native Bitcoin swaps that I cover, we also have the Runes AMM and a lot of the automations. We're also aiming to launch concentrated liquidity pool, which is coming this fall, which is going to help us expand on this vision of preparing for Bitcoin markets, right? And but the goal is simple. We make it easy for Bitcoin liquidity to flow. That allows users to leverage low slippage, low fees, and liquidity providers to earn on their assets by making it super easy to provide liquidity and earn those trading fees. And that's what I'm going to be covering today. So first thing, want to make sure that you guys are heading over to bitflow.finance. Always rely on official links, either from our X or from our Discord accounts. And you have the option to connect with multiple wallets. Today, we are using Ledger. So it's very simple. Well, let me connect it out so I can show you guys how fast this is. But once you land on the Bitflow app, you have a few options. You have a swap page. This is where you're swapping one token for the other, which we're going to go over today as well. You have your pools page. This is where you're going to be providing liquidity and choosing which pools you want to provide liquidity based on TVL, volume, APY. And then we're also going to be going over earning, which is an additional earning rewards where you're staking, known as farming, for additional rewards given by the protocol. Okay, so first thing you want to do is connect your Ledger wallet. I'm not sure you guys have seen the pop-up, but you confirm. And then once you do, you're going to see your wallet manager here. And you can also see your holdings and what sets your you have in your wallet, okay? So I'm just going to quickly do a swap here just to see how fast it is. But you can, let's say I'm going to swap stacks for SBTC, which is going to be one of the first pools we're going to be covering here today. You can swap any amount. The system will automatically find the best rate, as you can see here on the bottom. And the best rate now is going through Velar, for example. It's swapping stacks for SBTC. And all you do is click swap. There's going to be a confirmation. You approve it. And you see here transaction pending, transaction broadcasted. And in about 2 or 3 seconds, you should see the confirmation happening within the app itself. Confirmed. There we go. And you can see your transaction here. I just swapped 5 stacks for 0.00003 SBTC. So that's pretty fast. And then you also have your DCA, which we'll go over in another call. But this allows you to do recurring buy or recurring sell, where you define which tokens you want to allocate, which ones you want to buy, the frequency, every hour, every minute, every week, and how many orders. And the system would automatically generate those DCA orders for you, which is pretty nifty and a really good way to dollar cost average or to program your sales from your tokens. All right. So let's jump right to it. The first pool we're going to be diving into is the SBTC and PBTC pool. This is an easy one because we're talking about 2 flavors of Bitcoin. That means that whatever you provide, there are no risk of impermanent loss. When we say no risk of impermanent loss, that means that both of these assets in the pool, they represent the same thing, right? So this is considered a stable pool. So SBTC and PBTC are equal to 1 Bitcoin. So it doesn't matter how the pool composition changes over time, you're still going to be able to claim the same amount of Bitcoin, right? What's cool about this type of pool is that allows the user to come in with one asset, which we call single-sided liquidity, and allows anybody to come in with either SBTC or PBTC and any amount and start participating in the liquidity provision. Okay, so that's super easy. You come into the SBTC and PBTC, and again, here in the pool, you can also search by SBTC, or you can filter by stables. So that makes it a little bit easier to find those specific pools. You have your TVL here, which is the total value locked in that pool. You got your volume in the last 24 hours, and then you got your pool APY. Okay, you click over that pool, you're now on the Add Liquidity tab. And if you want to add just single-sided liquidity, which is in this example, you uncheck Match Pool Ratio, and you can add any amount. I'm going to add here $16. Let's do 21. All right, $23, 0021 SBTC. As you can see, you don't have to add PBTC to the other side. You're going to click Confirm. There's going to be a pop-up. You approve that transaction on your wallet. And now you have this pop-up, successfully broadcasted transaction is pending confirmation. You can view that on the Explorer as well. You don't have to, but you can see it's already confirmed in the block. Super fast on Stacks. And when you refresh your page, which should be refreshed already, you can see here now I have $24 worth of SBTC and PBTC, earning 3% APY. And that's your share of the pool, right? The awesome thing about liquidity provision, you can remove this liquidity at any time that you feel like it. And you just come here to the same tab, click Remove, choose the amount that you want to remove, confirm, and you're going to get back that amount that is estimated or more, right? This pool automatically generates trading fees back to the LP position. What does that mean? Is that you don't have to do anything. Just by providing liquidity, you're automatically earning trading fees that accrue value to your position. So when you remove that liquidity in the future, your balance and the amount of these tokens returned is going to be higher based on the trading fees that you're earning over the time, right? So that's a quick basic SBTC and PBTC pool. I think I will pause so that we can go into the other flex pool as well. But you do have a few flavors of pool to check it out based on your interest, based on your risks. You also have meme tokens, you have Dog, you have Runes, you have Leo, Welsh, meme tokens from Stacks as well. We got stable coins, Stacks, etc. So it's really up to you to choose the best strategy, but it's super easy, takes a few clicks, and you start earning right away.